I just made my first paycheck on YouTube. $117, FYI. $117 deposited in my bank. Ah! But is YouTube the only way to make money? No, YouTube is not the only way to make money. And YouTube is very hard to make money on YouTube, guys. It's very hard. First of all, you're going to be beaten down by people like IamMarwa, African Tigress, the Mwango for copying their content just because you're talking about their content. Okay? So to be a reactor, it's not easy. Okay? They're going to call you sans want meaning like you're shameless, shame on you, just because you're talking about their content. So it's not an easy ordeal. Ms. Modesta Lifestyle and myself, we have backbone. And I think, it takes a lot of backbone to be able to take it, because these people think you're copying them and they cannot even give you integrity for your own creativity. I mean, look at Black Beauty here. This woman is creative. I mean, hey, Ms. Modesta Lifestyle and Ms. Black Beauty, they are bringing the action to the next level because they are creating not just content, they are creating comedy. You guys are laughing. I cannot do that. So I have to diversify, because African Tigers just went to my country and then she got all of the Haitian people who I told you were racist and colorist. They all came to attack me. So anyway, forget about that. Today I'm going to show you how to make money so that when they do come to attack you could say, so what? So anyway, you guys, first you need a job. So you might still need YouTube after all. You work hard and beside the attack, guys, I mean, it takes hours and hours. I mean, like, it took me a whole year before I finally got monetized. A whole year, guys, of talking about IamMarwa. It wasn't even the Mwango, and African Tigress just came after my first paycheck, so forget about her, okay? So it was IamMarwa who got me onto it, but who made me do the money?
They should be grateful. They should
Yeah,
pray
the
for me to
Mwango
live
says,
long,
I
more
feed
blessings,
you
more
guys.
everything, so that they can keep feeding their families.
Imagine if I'm not there today, what will you do? You have no job. Your family has no food. So at least be grateful. Be grateful. If it wasn't for my brand, if it wasn't for my hard work, honestly, your family could be nowhere. Even you yourself, you have no job. All you do is Mwango. Hey, what if I'm not there today?
Because her videos actually has the higher views. But IamMarwa got me all started. The brother who feeds Africa. He got me started because he was homeless right here in America. So I had to help him. And in my process of helping him, I all of a sudden got a lot of views because people wanted to watch IamMarwa. Anything you say IamMarwa, they're like zombies going to IamMarwa. The Mwango, even worse. It's like she's doubled the zombification of her brother. So anyways, I am here to show you how to make money. So one, you can definitely make money on YouTube. That's a video for another day. Today I'm going to show you how to escape the beatings, because once you start getting the views, for reacting, they're gonna beat you like a horse. Move. Okay, they're gonna beat you up. So to escape the beatings, you gotta make a few dimes here and there. And in America, the few dimes here and there that you could get from YouTube money probably is not that much money, but hey, IamMarwa was paying his workers $2 a day. That's why all of them rushed to him. Please, I will work for you for free, because $2 is nothing. Just show me how to do a YouTube channel. But anyway, sometimes in YouTube, you don't even make $2 a day. But nonetheless, I will show you how to make about a couple of dollars a day. Hey, my Haitian people are working in the Dominican Republic. So your fellow Arab came to show for $5 a month. So definitely you'll be able to do that on YouTube, and in the method that I'm going to show you, which is through investment. No, I do not believe in the stock market. That is a roller coaster ride that will not only bring you upside down and give you a heart attack, but it might just get you flying off and then to your death and demise, and you will not be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So what do? You don't do the stock market, the roller coaster ride. You put your money on fixed income. Fixed income. That's what they call it, right? You put your money in the bank. And how do you know you're not gonna get lost? How do you know the bank is not just gonna take all your money and run away like the guy who bought Sears did? Ran away with the stock, with all the money, and then everybody who had stock that was on the roller coaster ride, it all went down to nothing, right? So you're guaranteed in the US, you have what is called FDIC. What does FDIC stand for? Let me look it up for you, because actually FDIC is insurance that they give to the bank. So you know the F has to stand for federal. All right, so FDIC. That stands for the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. You know, deposit, because you're either going to put your money in a savings account, that means you're depositing it, and you can deposit it regularly because it's liquid. You could take it out as you desire. It's liquid, okay? And it's an insurance, and you already know what insurance does. It covers your losses, and that's federal. So, you know, federal is guaranteed in the U.S., right? And it's a corporation, so it's federally run. So FDIC insurance for all the banks, that you could put your money in the banks for free without fearing that they are going to be able to run away with your money. However, you got to make sure that the bank is insured. Because if the bank is not insured, you're in big doo-doo, you know. But nonetheless, a lot of the foreign banks, they might not be FDIC insured. So you got to do your research and make sure that your bank is insured for FDIC. And you could have your CDs, money market, and savings accounts there. Okay, the other way that your money, there's another insurance, by the way, because a lot of people from their jobs, you have credit unions. They're not that great, but some of them are awesome. So my credit union, I'm a teacher. What do you expect? They don't pay us jack squat for interest. You know, I think now they have like a 4% interest, but believe me, you will get better. You will get better from the federal companies. So nonetheless, you have what is called NACU, NCUA. What does NACU stands for? I'm sure that the N represents national, right? NCUA. NACU stands for, it just popped up when I put it, and now it disappeared when I hit enter, right? NACU stands for National Credit Union Administration. National Credit Union Administration. Both NCUA and FDIC insure your money up to $250,000. That used to be the price for a decent home, a very nice home that I, of course, could not afford in my days. So I bought something for much less than that, which I regret. But nonetheless, $250,000, they were guaranteed. So if you dare to put more, that's on you. Anything on top of 250, the government won't insure. So if the bank decides to take your money and run, but they can't just do that. I mean, you can still sue them. They can't just take your money and run. That is if the bank goes bankrupt. If they file what you might call it 13, right? If they are bankrupt, then your money above 250 is in trouble. So how many people have 250? Oh yeah, these days, I guess a lot of us who invested in real estate, I wasn't lucky, I was by myself. So those people who are lucky and invested in real estate can have 250, okay, per person, all right, because homes that were purchased at 150 are selling for $1 million. I mean, but anyway, that's the way it is. So yes, they can easily sell their homes and have that kind of money to invest. I'm sorry, I'm not among them. I had the brains for it, but I didn't have the resources for it. So sorry. So 250 is for NACU or FDIC. So how do you do it? If you were that rich, then you just put your money in several different banks so that, you know, each of them don't max up to 250. Okay, that's the two insurances that guarantee. Now, what about those crazy people who go on the roller coaster ride? Well, your money is guaranteed too. Well, that is if you don't, your stock doesn't go down. You know, so it is guaranteed if the bank goes down, but your stock is still high, up to $500,000. So SIPC, SIPQ, I don't know how they say it, but it's SIPC. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. Hiccups means I'm thirsty. You know what? I want to have scratchy hands to show that I'm getting money coming in, but I guess I'm not. So I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of views from this one. My gosh, my fingers are not scratching. My palm is not scratching for money coming in. That's what in Haitian culture it means when you have scratchy palms. It means that you have money coming in. It doesn't look like it. But anyway, I'm still making this video. So, I feel this little itch. Okay, so here we go. So $500,000 SIPC will secure for your brokerage banks. Now, brokerage banks, they could be good. I think I'm experimenting right now. Okay, with one of them. I think they also have the option of having fixed income where your money is guaranteed, and that also offers you a higher interest rate than that of the regular standard commercial banks. So that's that. So you can invest your money in that way. It is guaranteed. So now I'm just gonna break it down. Since you know your money is secured, then how do you make the money? Well, the money is, so long as it's in the bank, okay, you're gonna make your money. I think last year or earlier this year, I showed you guys some banks that are offering high interest. Guys, it's up to you to decide the banks that are offering high interest. I can tell you my banks because I could just close the account. So I just told you. I can tell you last year I invested some money in, and these were, and I explain it later on in this video, how I saved, okay? I saved over the course of some years working while going to school because I was preparing for some, I'll explain it later. But nonetheless, you save a little bit of money. You can start saving by starting a money market, and you're always putting a little bit of money away, okay? Or even doing a savings account, depending on whichever one gives you the higher interest. So you might start it out as leaving it there to compound and eventually making it earn you that money so that you could buy a cup of coffee, okay? So yes, my bank was First Horizon. Last year it gave me an awesome offer, I think at 5.35 or something like that, for liquid, either money market or savings. It didn't matter. It was giving me 5.35. I ran for it and it was earning me good money. I thought I was gonna use it. And why is it good to earn the money instead of leaving it in there? It's good to earn the money because one, you know it's working for you, yes, but you still know that it's working for you if you leave it in there. But I mean, for me, I know my state today. First of all, I think that money is worth more today than it is tomorrow. So having it as cash in my hand is worth more. And that's why if I were to borrow it, they would make me pay interest for borrowing it to pay later, right? So the money is worth more. So it's good to have in my hands. I can always say, okay, I'm going to put it in the bank. But at least I know it's working for me. I could always make the best of what I want with it. That's why I like the money in my hand. I do not like to have my CDs, for example, where the money is just going to stay in there and compound, even though it's going to be a little bit of a higher interest. But then for me to wait so long, I don't know what's going to happen for me tomorrow. I have to enjoy my interest today. For me, that's why it's just worth more to me. So even if I use it to pay bills and then I take my work money, since I'm working so hard, and I save my work money, all right, but at least I know that it's working for me. That's my personal, whatever you may call it, stupid reason for getting the money cash, okay? But if you choose otherwise, you can choose otherwise. So that you could make more money, and then it will arrive at a certain amount. You might want to say, how much money do you want in the bank before you don't want to add any more money to the bank? Because guys, we only have one life to live, so we need to make the best of what we save. So we can't just say, oh, my money's going to stay in the bank forever. Some people are like, well, at least it'll stay for my kids. Well, then my motto is for me, it's like I had to make my own money. My parents didn't even, I'm sorry, I gotta tell them off. My parents didn't even invest for me in Haiti. My mother, she invested here in the U.S. for us, which I thank her for. That's nice that she thought of us. I don't know that my father what he did, but but the thing is, they didn't invest in Haiti, So it's almost like I have to make my own Haiti investments, and it's not easy because of all the circumstances. Whereas for my parents, it was easy because they grew up there. They became adults in Haiti, so it would have been best for them to have left that legacy for us, which they didn't. You know, so so I make my own. If I It's like that song that says, "God bless the child that has his own, that has his own." And then my parents had 5 kids. Like, do I want to be fighting with 5 people who don't even like me? No, I want to make my own. All right, so it's okay for me to just do whatever I feel like it with my money. So, nonetheless, if you want to leave a legacy, you could always leave a legacy, but you can also have the opportunity to spend. So that's what I do with my money is I like to use it and spend it. But at the same time, at what level? So you choose, okay, I want it to have XYZ money because I want to be able to travel and to do XYZ without having without having my money depleted. You don't want it depleted. You want it to always be there, working for you. Okay, that's what they call money working for you. Is that the money, you're not working. You don't have to work. You don't have to get beaten down by people calling you names because today you made a video about them and then tomorrow you don't have the energy to make a video. You don't have to. It's just that the money is earning you income, which they call dividend every month. It's like a monthly income that you could use wherever you are in the world. Okay, so you need like a threshold to decide. Like I explain later on how much money will eventually give you what. So you may have a goal. Like my goal is I would like to have a $500,000, and with $500,000, and of course I with my house done, then there's a lot of things because you have housing expenses. So I would like for my house to be done, number one, my car to be paid off, and then to have $500,000. So I haven't reached my goal. Why $500,000 in the bank? Because with $500,000, I probably will be able to make roughly $2,000 to $3,000 a month, depending what the interest is at the time, because my money is not frozen for a long time. So if I were to make $2,000 to $3,000 a month, that's not my income, but at least that will I will be able to live well if I were in Haiti, and I probably would be able to travel without having to worry about something. So you may have that goal. So this is the goal of saving and of interest making. So now, how long? Okay, interest rates, the best time to be able to, for me, is for a long term, because then you could do things, is for 5 years. Okay, so I would like the best interest, okay, for 5 years, so that I could be able, have I achieved it? No, I haven't even achieved my goal. So how could I have achieved it? So that I could have at least $3,000 a month for 5 years. But then I don't know the economy today, that's what it demands, but I don't know the economy tomorrow, because today, to tell you the truth, $3,000, if I were to say, think of renting a house, because renting a house that's about as much to rent a house alone. Nonetheless, pay all the bills that you have to the utilities and food, and then possibly travel, and it's still not gonna cover it today. Today you probably need $5,000 a month to be able to cover all expenses in the United States. Outside of the United States, that's an investment goal right there, an investment outside of the U.S. where it would be affordable, and that's why a lot of people are venturing outside of the U.S. anyway, for affordability and to be able to live and be happy and live to your fullest without having to work every single day in order to be able to just survive to live. Creating fixed income with saved money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Number 1, you make the money. Number 2, you put it in the bank. And number 3, you earn the interest. I am not here to help you make money fast, because I don't know how to make money fast, and it's no longer of interest to me. For me, I have just developed in the ethics of making money slowly and just earning monthly incomes. So you can do it either through CD. You can open up a CD for terms. Now they have 3 months, 6 months, and the shorter they give you the higher interest. But then again, in 3 months, you don't know what the Feds, because everything is dependent on the Feds. Okay, the interest rates you are earning now is dependent on the decision of the Feds to either raise interest or lower interest. So the people who want to buy houses, raising interest is not to your best of deal. You don't want the interest to go high, but for those of us who are trying to save, yes, we want the interest to go high so we could make more money out of our $100 per se. But let's just say per thousand, because most of the banks are gonna want you to have at least $1,000. You know, some of them are gonna want 10,000, 20,000, etc., depending on how much interest. The more interest, the higher the interest, the more money that they want. Okay, some of the banks actually don't care if you start with $1, they're still gonna pay you like 5% interest. And 5% interest we know today is very good. Last year the best would be 6%, but hey, we missed on the boat. Interest was slowly, they haven't gone down, but we're expecting them to go down. The banks are expecting them to go down. Therefore, the banks or have lowered their interest from the highest being 6% last year to now roughly 5%. So if you're getting an interest at 5.5%, that's pretty good. That is if you're looking long term. Okay, because 5.5% you're gonna find maybe for only 3 months. That's the best you're gonna find for 3 months. So yeah. So how do you guarantee that this is money is not gonna go to waste? If you have a lot of money because you want to make good interest, if you want to make like $600 a month, all right, $600 can probably pay off your car loan. So you might want to make 600. Some of you want to make twice that much. Okay, to make 600, you probably need a good 130,000, 150. 150 can easily get you $600 a month in interest. And then you're like, if I have $150,000, I mean, don't I want to make money fast with it? I mean, can't that yield me more? Very likely it can. You probably can buy a condo and maybe you'll be able to turn it around, but then that's risking. All right, so if you want to guarantee $600, imagine buying a condo and renting it out for $600 without having to pay taxes. But then you still have to pay taxes, right? You're gonna have to pay taxes at the end of the year for it, but at least you don't have to worry about breakdown. You don't have to worry about the housing market crashing. You're just guaranteed that $600 a year, and at the end of the year, depending on how long you put it in, you will be able to get your $150,000 back. Okay, you could double it up and that'll give you $1,200. So you think if you were to purchase a $300,000 home, you're thinking, well, I could, if for a $300,000 home today, you probably would be able to rent it off for $2,000 instead of $1,200, which is what you can probably get with $300,000 frozen in a CD. But anyway, that's up to you. If you want to take the mark, if you have $300,000, you probably don't want to be listening to me because I'm a small investor. Okay, I don't, I'm not like a big time, I'm going to make money rich. At least I'm not losing money. And so my view of this is this, when I look at the money, I'm like, okay, I'm making income. It's almost like getting a job. Okay, at first I didn't have a job, I can lose my job, all right, but at least I won't lose my ability or my skill. So that's your initial interest that you have, your initial principal. You won't lose a dime from your principal. And why is it that it is guaranteed that you won't lose a dime from your principal? Because when you put your money in a CD, first of all, make sure that you're putting it in a bank that's FDIC. Just about every bank in the United States is FDIC, but don't quote me on that because a lot of the banks are international. I had a bank last year that was international, but of course they were FDIC. They ran out of business, not last year, 3 or 4 years ago. They were giving interest at the highest. Thank you for watching Claudine Etienne Against Colorism Investment Advices. If you've made it this far, kudos to you. I made it on YouTube. I think, like, you know, when you get your first paycheck, you've made it, right? Of course, to really make it, you have to continue. You have to continue. And I know I took a break and I need to continue. But of course, it takes a lot of energy and it takes creativity as I try to revamp my channel to make it more me, okay? And let's just see where we get from there. Thanks again for